Hey guys, are you ready for chapter 2? It's called Jack's High in the Sky, Impenetrable Tree Fortress of Power. This is where I live. I know it's not like a real deal home with fancy junk like bathrooms and curtains, but I think it's pretty okay. The treehouse used to belong to my scummy little foster brother. You know, before. But I've made some major additions since all the terror went down. Now, why does a 13-year-old need a treehouse that's better defended than Fort Knox, Stark Tower, and the X-Mansion combined? Because a mass of zombie hordes and monster brutes have taken over Wakefield, and as far as I know, the whole freaking world. You probably know what zombies are, but in case you've been living in a hole, let me break down the horror. The classic zombie. Constant creepy moaning. They'll bite you and you're one of them, undead. Slow until they get close, and then they're fast. They stink like hot garbage. And those empty eyes, they're Spooksville. There are other monsters too. Like dozers, big hulking brutes that resemble two-legged rhinoceroses. The winged wretches, flying beasts like mutated pterodactyls. There are also the vine thingies, long red vines that are alive. I mean, yeah, I know plants are alive, but these are like alive. They turn backyards into treacherous jungles. Now keep in mind, these aren't real deal scientific names. I'm no monsterologist. All that's just scratching the surface. Almost every day I discover some new thing that is horrific and hair-raising and makes you want to hurl. Now you're probably wondering why I'm telling you all this. You know, why you're privy to the thoughts and ramblings of a kid trying to stay alive during the monster apocalypse? I'll tell you. It's because I think it's important that future people know what it was like in the time after the monsters arrived. Also, I'd like to be remembered, just in case I get eaten one of these days. Like this. Me, looking good while being eaten. Now, how you remember me, only time will tell. Zombie hunter, monster slayer, late blooming, slow developing 13-year-old. Pick me! Like I said, before the monster apocalypse, I was an orphan. Well, I guess I still am an orphan, strictly speaking, but you know what I mean. The last family I got stuck with, the Robinsons, were the worst. As soon as the monsters showed up, they just hightailed it. I wasn't all that surprised that they left me behind. Honestly, I'm kind of sure the only reason they took me in the first place was because they wanted someone to rake leaves. Good job, Jeff. It's Jack. Now, if it sounds like I'm trying to make you feel bad for me or something, I'm not. That's not my style. I'm just letting you know the situation, the ins and outs, the deets. I learned a long time ago that it is best to try not to worry so much about the junk life shovels on you. Life tries to knock you down. Just do your best to duck and keep moving. The way I see it, someone's always got it worse, right? I mean, unless you're the last person on Earth, then technically, yeah, no one has it worse. Ever since the Robinsons pieced out, 42 days ago, I've been forced to survive alone in a world of monsters. That's pretty much the plot of a video game, right? So I said, you know what? I'll treat life like a video game. And that's easy, because I've always looked at life like a video gamey angle anyway. Picturing people's stats and powers and imagining obstacles like their big boss fights. You know, in a video game, there are challenges you compete to earn trophies and achievements. Well, I created my own. I call them feats of apocalyptic success. I earned them by completing goals and challenges. The riskier the challenge, the greater the feat. And I always need photographic proof. For example, a feat is a Mad Hatter. Steal the hats off 5 zombies. Feat, outrun. Beat a zombie in a foot race. Feat, say cheese. Take a photo with someone you knew before they got zombified. Feat, house hunter. explore 50 different abandoned houses. There are like 106 feet still to be completed, and if I start running low, I'll just create more. Now pay attention. Here's where things get serious. There is one very important feat of apocalyptic success that I have not yet completed. It is feat, damsel in distress. Find and rescue love interest, June Del Toro. Here's why this particular feat of apocalyptic success is the ultimate feat of apocalyptic success. When I first moved to Wakefield, I decided I wanted to be a photojournalist, which is just a fancy word for taking photos of cool, actiony stuff. When I told the Robinsons, they said, "Yeah, okay, that'll happen." So I was like, whatever, I'll handle this on my own. And I got a gig taking photos for the school paper. That's where I met June Del Toro. June Del Toro, the love interest. Her hair smells like vanilla and not that lousy American vanilla, French vanilla. Her brain is smart. She's a total smart brain. She wears boys' sneakers. I don't know why I like that, but I do. And her legs that just won't quit. No idea what that means. I heard it in a movie. I guess her legs are resilient? June was the student editor of the Parker Middle School Gazette, which was perfect because if we're both working on the paper, that gives us reason to chat and get friendly, right? Turns out, though, June is scary when she's on the job, but even when she's ticked off and super stressed, she manages to remain ridiculously cute. This issue isn't going to write itself. Now, I should be clear here. I think June kind of hates me, but she's still ridiculously cute. She told me I was lazy. I respectfully disagree. Not lazy. I was just trying to fulfill my role as a photographer, the wild rebel who plays by his own rules, the hip cool guy who's always being hip and cool nonstop 24/7. Nonstop hip and cool, hip and cool. June said my photos weren't capturing the important stories around the school. I guess she just wanted snapshots of bake sales or a pic of Mr. Gradwall's new whiteboard or something. See, I don't go in for a lot of that boring junk. I like action. I like capturing that single moment in time that will never, ever be repeated. And now, my camera is full of once-in-a-lifetime death-defying moments and crazy close calls. I mean, this week. Look at Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Anyway, even though June maybe kind of hates me, I also maybe probably definitely kind of like her a lot. But is she still out there? Is she still alive? Is she still in town? Here's what I know. The day the monster apocalypse began, I know for a fact June was inside our middle school. But I don't think she's still there because I went just a few days ago and stood outside hollering, "June!" and there was no answer. I'm also very sure that June's parents did not leave town because I went to her house last week and their cars were still in the driveway. I broke in and looked around inside the house too, and it didn't seem like they'd packed up and taken off on a train or something. And I refuse to believe that June has been zombified. So that means she must be here in town somewhere. So I'm going to find her and I'm going to rescue her. There you have it. That's my life and that's my goal. I will not rest until I'm done. I'm a dorky warrior orphan. I'm a zombie fighting, monster slaying, tornado of cool. Not really, but this is my story, so deal. And I will rescue June Del Toro and complete the ultimate feat of apocalyptic success. And June says, "My hero." That's the end of chapter 1. Tomorrow's chapter 3.